Yo, what is up guys, Boris here coming to you guys with another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Now today I'm going to be doing a quick showcase of the brand new Mihawk Perona legend that we just pulled in the previous video. Again, I got really lucky to pull them. We're going to be running the brand new Inuarashi Coliseum. I know this is a super pay to win team, but mainly it's just there to explain what they do, show them off, I guess per se. So far they seem really impressive. I'm really impressed with them. Okay, in the meantime I'm just doing some tickets. Bartel Cavendish, wow. So these are tickets guys from the Kizuna. 10 rare recruit tickets. We got a red. That was not guaranteed, I don't think. I just saw Atsu's video. He pulled 2 reds from these tickets. So they seem to have pretty good rates. So yeah, that was kind of that's really nice. I would have freaked out there if I got a new legend. But yeah, going back to the topic, guys, the new Mihawk and Perona, really impressed with them. They just do so many different things. Their switch ability is OP. Everything about it is OP. Pretty much the way they work is they're going to be boosting red and yellow units, and you want to have colored orbs on them. So what they have in their captain ability is they reduce the chance of meet and tandem orbs. So if I'd say there's one negative downside to them, is that you probably won't be getting a lot of food orbs to recover. On top of that also, it's only red and yellow, so and besides those two things, they're pretty much really good. I mean, I've been really impressed with what they're doing so far. So to give you a little idea of what they do, first one, base, they're either a 3.5 or a 3.25, or a 3 times, I guess, if you're with don't have a colored orb on one of the 2 halves. But when you use their special, they become a 4.5 times captain. If they have a colored orb, 4 times otherwise. And again, same thing. It lowers the chance of getting a tandem or a food orb. Now, that's that's pretty standard now. But where they really shine is they first off, their special 20 HP cut to everyone, block orbs to matching orbs. So 2 really nice abilities right there. And then they have a unique conditional boost 2 times against negative enemies. And so what's a negative enemy? Well, pretty much they have a new buff built in. Every time you... Oh, that's the Bonnie I wanted for a long time. Okay, finally got it. Very nice. But yeah, so every time you switch Mihawk and Perona, they will inflict all enemies with negative for 1 turn. Now usually this would suck against enemies with a debuff protector, but if there are 2 or more enemies on the stage, it ignores debuff protection. So for example, in the previous Kizuna mode, the boss had debuff protection, so you really couldn't get off any conditional boost, and that would really lower your damage. But with Mihawk and Perona, if there's 2 enemies, if there's 2 bosses, you can get some really crazy damage in now. So that's really nice. Not only that, but the switch ability also recovers 1500. So remember that debuff that negative thing about them where they don't get meat orbs too often. It doesn't matter because you're healing 4k every turn if you switch. So yeah, it's just a really insane ability. I've been really impressed with them so far. The only weird thing I guess is that when they're in the evolved form, when they're in the combined form, they're not a slasher. So that's kind of weird. Mihawk is a slasher cerebral, Perona is a driven cerebral, and combined they're cerebral driven. Cerebral meaning it's one of the top classes, if not the best class in the game at the moment. So they go on a lot of teams. Sabo Koala, Vivi Rebecca, Inuarashi, and Neko. I mean, they just pair with a lot of the good legends in the game. They're also red, so they they pair with a lot of good legends. I mean, he's just great. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a quick showcase against the new Ino Coliseum here. So this team is kind of like I've got it a little bit from Subconsci, another probably one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment for OPTC. But I did change some of the units around that I didn't have. So like I said, it works really well with Sabo Koala, one of my top 5 legends in the game right now. Even though he's not top 5 in terms of power level, he's definitely top 5 in terms of utility. And same thing with these, they're just really insane. So just the fact that they're cerebral immediately puts it into top tier. Any cerebral legend coming out now would almost immediately become top tier because of the amount of units that can work with it. And of course we're using the Mary ship here. So I'll show you guys the switchability in a little bit. Here what I want to do first is just stall a few turns. And like I said, it does, you are going to be using red and yellow units. So this Rebecca and Vivi, on Rebecca it's going to work. On Vivi it won't, she won't get boosted at all. And look at that attack animation, it's so cool. I'm a big fan of this attack animation. So I'm going to stall here 1 or 2 more turns. As you can see, we're not really getting any food or tandem orbs. I really would not expect to get too many, if any at all. And so here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and switch so you guys can see it sends out the negative hollows, the negative ghosts, and now they'll have the negative debuff, which I believe is 20% defense reduction and 20% attack reduction. I might be wrong on that, but I believe it's something like that. Yeah, I think it's 20%. But really the main thing we want to use it for is to combine it with the conditional boost. Now keep in mind, negative enemies, 20% attack reduction, and healing 4k every turn. It's pretty good damage right there. I mean, pretty good sustainability. So you can live for a long time with these guys. Also what I want to do is, okay, we'll wait 1 turn. So I want to switch this Sabo Koala before the next room, just to make things a little bit easier. So I'm going to switch this Sabo to Koala. Again, Koala does not get boosted, but Sabo does. So being red and yellow, they will get boosted. But for now I'm switching. So now we got Neko here. So what I'm going to do is switch first. I'll switch to Sabo Koala. So go to Sabo, use his special. Special gets attack boost and changes off bother orbs. And we get the conditional from the switch. And then we're going to switch her for the chain lock. And we're going to switch Mihawk to Perona. Again, giving Neko that negative. And here we're just going to attack. Just going to attack. This Sanji here is mainly there for the he's mainly there for the orb boost. I just needed an orb booster. It was either yellow or red, preferably yellow. So this room here, this is probably the most difficult room because if you don't take out the middle guy in the back, he might cause some problems. So here we're gonna switch back to her. Gonna get rid of that percent damage reduction, 98 turns. It's really OP. We'll switch. What should we do here? Switch to Mihawk. Apparently he gets himself an orb too, which I didn't read in the... Do they have that in the database? Let's see. Swap. Yeah, it's not in the database actually. So he actually gives himself a matching orb. So that's pretty good. That's like pretty insane. Unless I'm missing something, but from what I've been noticing, it definitely gives himself a matching orb. Or they give themselves one. And then we'll just go ahead and pop this Mihawk. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and pop the Mihawk. And so we want to go ahead and make sure the shield is busted. Target this guy. Target that one. So once you take out the one in the middle, that's all that really matters. Now the combined unit does have a, I believe it has a combo of 5. So let me double check. So double check here. A combo of 6. Oh wow. Okay. Perona has a combo of 6. I believe that's Mihawk. Yeah. So it should be able. Yeah, they should be able to one-shot these guys through the barrier. And so here we're just going to do this. Boom. Boom. And now we're just gonna. So this room is pretty tough, but with this team, it just destroys it. It just destroys it. So first thing to keep in mind, guys, this new Raid Jinbei. To get his full ability, you need to have your captain as a strength. So again, it works really well with the new unit. So if you have Perona as your captain, make sure to switch before you use Jinbei, so you don't goof that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Gets rid of that. Gives me a color affinity boost. Also, I use Akainu, Legend Akainu. Support ability is completely broken. All matching orbs and an attack boost. Now we have the orb boost. Now there are 2 enemies on the stage that do have a debuff protector, but now they got negative. And then pop this special, give me that conditional boost. And finally we're going to switch to Rebecca for that orb boost, for the chain lock I mean. And this rest here should be pretty simple. Yep, good. So that's the new Mihawk and Perona. They're amazing. Like, they're way better than I expected them to be. I've been having a blast. They're probably some of my favorite units that have been released. I'd say like Luffy, Zoro. It's pretty much all the new dual units. They've done a really good job. I'm really impressed. And I'm just excited to see what else they have in the future. I can't wait to see what the anniversary is going to be like. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Let me know down below how your Sugo Fest went. And until next time, peace.